that any of those things where it like keeps track of, okay, how many heroes does this hit, it would, right? Because ET does the same thing. Like you said, Pango's does it. Like it seems like it would. Unless for some, if it doesn't, then like it's gonna make me really mad.
Mm.
maybe, maybe that's not the best reason why it should happen, but it feels like that's something that just like should be consistent across. The thing that's weird about this though is like, I mean, fourth pick Meepo is pretty bold, but you look at this boom draft and what do they really have? Like the things you're looking for with Meepo, you're looking AoE control, you're looking single target burst damage. I guess Doom, if he gets the hoof stomp, the centaur creep, Tusk snowball, kind of with a little bit of extra damage there. But like besides that, like what do these other heroes do against a Meepo? It sounds terrible.
We couldn't see this go like a position 1, could we, with Radiance and try and deal with it that way?
For
Just
Doom?
try and dodge the Meepo? Yeah. Just try and dodge it, because then you've got the Scorched Earth, you've got the Radiance, you're going to be doing a lot of AoE, means the Flame Guard's not all that useful on the Ember Spirit, and Meepo, he's going to be hitting you a lot less. You still can't really deal with a poof that well, but...
so you're mainly worried about the laning stage?
Yes, somewhat. With Doom, you can always, if you get a couple of levels early on, you can transition to doing a little bit of jungling and let your supports pick up the slack in some ways. But I don't know, if they're confident enough to pick up this Meepo now, then it shows how confident they're feeling.
Yeah, I would agree completely. Yeah, they feel like they're just gonna run them over. And based upon the last game, they might. Man, Boom are actually the ones that ban out the Timber themselves. I guess Timber would have been really difficult for them to deal with. And then if you have that like early just lane dominator, or at least somebody that pulls multiple heroes to the lane and give that space to Meepo, it's going to be hitting really hard. God, what does Rift want?
I mean, Void?
Yeah? You think? That could be cool.
I don't mind it. I mean, they can maybe burst down a Meepo. They don't have too much in the form of defensive saves. What's a Spirit Breaker going to do? Charge into the Chronosphere? No. It's...
Oh, I see.
I don't mind it.
I thought you meant Void for Reality Rift. I was like, you're crazy.
No. On
you're
Boom.
out of your mind.
On Boom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that being kind of cool. But then do you have the damage to throw into the Chrono, really?
It puts a lot of focus on the Void to have a good start to the game.
Yeah.
So I guess it leaves you open to Reality Rift saying, all right, Spirit Breaker, your job is to make sure that the Void has a terrible time. And then what do you do?
I almost wonder if it's the type of thing where you need to like completely go insane. Because right now, I don't think that they have what they need to deal with the Meepo. Maybe you put like position 1 Tusk, right? One Punch Man. Let's go. And then, you get some other type of AoE control. And then the Tusk just runs in there and just bops one of those Meepos in the face. Oh, God. Well, they are so screwed. Oh, no.
There's some survivability. There's some push.
God. This is going to be tragic. What the hell are they going to do?
Mid-Earth Shaker.
Try it. Hey. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I used to do that back in my day. Right. I do that a lot. Ooh, okay, let's go.
That's pretty cool.
The big stapler, man. I mean, you talk about those abilities that really work against a Meepo. That's one of them, and it's going to be a mid-Elder Titan, not something you see every day.
Well, that is way better than my position 1 Tusk idea. Thank God I'm not a drafter, because that is really nifty. And as far as the matchup goes, I'm assuming you don't want to put Alacrity against the ET. I guess, does it matter? It's either going to be the Ember or the Meepo, right? So
yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters super early on now, especially considering you've got the level 4 that you get the first point in Divided We Stand as opposed to 3. So yeah, I mean, it slows down Meepo's farming by a fair amount, and it means that he can't get that key experience lead that he needs early on to be able to transition through the jungle, farm up more efficiently, get some levels for nuts, for example. So maybe things will change up a little bit. I'm interested in seeing as well how this KYXY position 3 Chen's going to go.
Yeah. Saw some of that the other day. Didn't go amazing, but maybe it's going to be a better one this time. We're going to leave our ugly mugs here. We're going to head on into this game. Game number 2. Reality Rift pull out a 4th pick Meepo, and now are putting themselves in a position where they want to try and end this game around the position 3 Chen, getting a decent start and making sure that Alacrity just never dies. And Boom ID coming out with the Makoto ET. I'm excited. I think that this game, it has the potential to be very brawly. I feel like if Boom are the ones that are in the lead, we're going to see like more kills. If Reality Rift are like ahead, this game is going to be boring as hell and it's going to end in like 22 minutes. But we'll see. Could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have too much in the form of late game presence with a Spirit Breaker, as well as a Chen. He really drops off. So you'd be wanting to end this pretty early on. I think if it gets past the 30-minute mark, it's going to look good for Boom, but it's going to be really rough for it to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Tough stuff indeed. So we go into this game number 2 for the BTS Pro Series. Let's take a quick little look-see at the bets. Tell me something about this matchup. Anything that you're really watching for, like in the early laning stage. Is there a lane matchup that you are either interested in seeing or worried about seeing? Is there anything that really sticks out to you there?
Honestly, I don't think we're going to be seeing much laning. And again, I'm doing my air quotes now,
right,
because you're just going to have Hustler sprinting around the map as much as he can to try and make some chaos happen throughout the map. You know, he's going to want to make sure that the Meepo is able to get some dominance in the mid game, make sure he's not getting pressured out all too much, and then rotate through with the Chen. If he gets up a few of his creeps, you can leave the Chen alone after he gets a few of those early levels.
Yeah. And I want to see what he opts to do in the early goings here, because there's been a couple of times, like we talked about, where you have the Chen that picks up like the range creep right at the start, which denies him some of his experience, but it means that you can like do a little bit of like stacking better and you know, getting movements out, denying creeps more effectively, because it's that piercing damage, which you love to see. But we'll have to watch and wait as Hyde takes over the outpost. FBZ giving some tips over to Alacrity. It's like, dude, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get this hoof stomp and I'm gonna stomp you.
I mean, I'd be tipping the Meepo if I was this Elder Titan. He's gonna have a great time. If you've ever played Overthrow before, you know how good Elder Titan is when there's a lot of heroes or a lot of things to get the buff from.
Right. Yeah, not wrong at all. What was it? Is it the Ags build that people still have been going for on like the core ETs, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, you try and time the Ags together, especially with your level 20, just so you get that plus 70 attack speed. You have the plus 30 Astral Spirit attack. Probably the movement speed, just that you're able to continually chase people down, and then, as you said before, it just provides that BKB essentially throughout it all.
Yeah, it's really nifty. So we'll see here what ends up happening. He does take over the range creep. Doom eating his range creep, and we'll see how that works out for them. As top lane, Alacrity getting the treatment. They take him down. First blood. So far, much better start for Boom. If we remember them getting no bounty runes and giving up first blood last game.
Yeah, and they've rotated Hustler up to this top side. So if Kescute and Hyde wanted to, they could now rotate down to the bottom side. You can see that Meepo's actually TP'd there. So I think their job is just going to be go where he goes.
Yeah, they might just do that. We'll see. As he does show his face. KYXY is going to need to do something else himself probably then as well. I guess he would need to TP up top. But Alacrity at the very least is going to get about a wave or so of XP shared with the Chen here. And top lane, they're not leaving. They're sticking around. So you've got a very strange state of affairs. I guess that this is fine though for Chen. He can just jungle with this creep and like clear through the camps pretty quickly. I feel like
he's having a fine time. And speaking of lanes going well, Makoto as well. He's 12-3 in this mid lane, up against 5-0 on the Ember Spirit.
Dude, Makoto like rehab tour. This is the character arc that we all wanted to see after that last game. He's killing it.
I mean, look at it. He's got 150 damage already at 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and 9 armor. Like, how do you try and zone this guy out? It's just not gonna happen. Bottom lane.
Those
KYXY gets punched down by Hyde. Nice pickup there.
Orb of Venom coming in handy. That first blood going through to Hyde means that he can pick up those boots of speed as well. Now he's got the sustain coming out with his, I think it was a magic stick and a mango as well. So he just wants to be this ever-present force around the map.
Yeah, Tusk has been really climbing up the ranks, I feel like, of strong laning heroes that enable so much. As KYXY takes over another one of those range creeps up top here. He's going to last hit with it. And it looks like they're going to try and get a pull off as well. Mid lane? Oh, God, Drew. He's taking so much damage there. It's really annoying.
I'm surprised at how much time Hustler's spent in this lane. Yeah, he's only level 2. Maybe he's waiting for that level 3 to pop before he starts making rotations through these other lanes, but I don't think Dreamer Cell's the big issue for them right now.
So where would you like to see him go? Oh, is he dead down there? Uh-oh. Well, he looks like he might be able to walk it off here. Slowly and steadily he gets out. There was that change that happened now where you don't get your second Meepo until level 4.
Yeah.
How big of a difference do you think that is?
It's huge. You know, you can't just rotate through the jungle if you do have a rough time. It means that everything is slowed down, like even by a couple of minutes. It's huge for Meepo because you've got this set window of about 10, maybe 15 minutes. Makoto's getting charged mid. This is big.
Trying to find that kill. Fairy Fire's available. Not enough. Take him down. There was a TP that got canceled.
That's exactly what Hustler needs to be doing.
Yeah.
He was able to rotate through, charge in from the backside, so there wasn't any sort of vision that could have punished it. And now, as well, which is really bad for this Elder Titan, this wave is getting almost completely denied underneath the Radiant Tier 1 tower.
BZ able to live off to the side. Drew is also going to pick up a regen rune after pushing it under there. So one by one, things going well for Team Boom, but Reality making some comebacks there as the mid Makoto got a little bit punished. He's going to be moving back in now. Gets the bonus damage hit again. I don't think it hit onto Drew. As bottom lane, they kill off Nuts. Stun through onto 2. KYXY just going to keep punching him. But there's no real threat there of a kill afterwards. They didn't have an AA or anything.
Yeah, and that kill, like, we've seen in this mid lane, Makoto having such a great time against Drew. Just because of that kill, and the fact that that entire creep wave was denied underneath his tower, he's now sitting behind the Ember Spirit, even though he's been dominant in this lane. So it shows how important Hustler's role is in this.
Kezcute goes down to Alacrity, but he did pick up a bounty rune first. Yeah, I guess, though, that, like, for him, the most important thing probably is going to be the levels, is they can't quite catch there onto Makoto. Like, him getting up the decent levels early on and then, you know, obviously getting into an Aghanims later, but it feels like just getting enough points in that Astral and, like, some survivability, he's going to be a threat to Meepo throughout the game.
Even now, he's hitting for nearly 200.
Shards. Connection. Oh, they hit the Astral Remnant onto the creep. Might not be enough, though, to get KYXY out as, well, pops the stick charges, trying to live. I mean, the fact that they almost got away there would have been pretty nice, but Hyde collects the kill in the end. He's had a great start to this game.
Yeah, I think 4-0. Wow. Are we going to be seeing some DJ-style Tusk? Who knows?
He's killing it. I think that this smoke up, too, is so good. If they can find Alacrity right here, they've got an inkling that they know where he's at. Oh, that reveals it, though. Yeah, them on
I think they've got the kill potential, though. That's the risk.
Yeah, and he can't snowball right now. Maybe a chance. Trying to jump through. Snowball afterwards. No, he misses the shards! And Snowball, run away. They move in, and that's going to be enough to get him out. So threatening, but not really too much worried about is... They do manage to take down the Ember for Makoto. Hustler will go down afterwards. 2 for 1 when you all factor it together.
This is the Sea Dota I came to see, though.
Yeah.
Run at your face. I love it.
I think KYXY's dead, too. Just jump through, Astral Step, give him the punches. Doesn't have mana. Oh, no. All right, there he gets it. He was able to time that one. Well done.
Control the world around you. Yet each choice.
Yeah, definitely. 11 kills in 7 minutes. This is definitely that Sea Dota that we all love to see.
They've got the Doom ready on FPZ. They're able to chase down this Meepo.
Oh, body block. Not enough there in time. AA shows up. They're trying to keep him alive here. Ring around the Rosie. They can't get quite in range. Deny possibility. They get it. Nuts gets the last right click there. Oh, and that was really nice. Dude. That Alacrity, like, body blocks, so that way they couldn't get the punches on him, and it bought enough time for the A to get the deny. That was sick.
Yeah, pretty high. You see a lot of these individually skilled plays come through. It's just about, I think honestly, the way to measure what the best team in C is how do they actually coordinate together, not necessarily who's the highest ranked as it used to be.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Like, you know, the team that does work that much better together are greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
And something to keep in mind with Dota. Very dynamic game.
A champion team, not a team of champions.
Hey, there you go. They see Drew underneath this ward here.
Yeah.
They're charging.
They'll see this. They'll see the hustler charge as well come through the mid lane.
This is
No,
not
this
good.
is
He has to
happening.
cancel it. There's no way this works. Yeah. No way. No points right now in Echo Stomp, so Makoto can't get after the Spirit Breaker there. As a quick jump back towards mid lane. Drew gonna farm it up a bit.
Honestly, that's fine though. Like Hustler, he doesn't need to succeed with these ganks. He just needs to create the pressure and make Boom want to react to it. And by doing that, Meepo's able to have this level of flash farm. Like, yeah, he had a pretty crappy laning stage, but he's still sitting up at number 3 on the net worth. Now he's level 7. He's going to get the next point in Divided We Stand at 11. So he's not doing too bad.
So I guess that is something, though, that I'm a little bit concerned about, is they see Nuts over here, and it looks like he's going to go down to hide in Kescute most likely, barring some tragic misplay, but no, it won't happen. Like, at what point is it that they want to try and really put the pressure on? Because we've talked about this team needing to hit an early timing. Is it around that, like, mechanism for the Chen after he gets this Helm of the Dominator? Is it more about, like, what Meepo has? What's the sort of impetus for going on a Reality Rift?
I think it's fine to start pressuring these tier 1 towers even when he's only got the Helm of the Dominator. He's still got a good army of creeps here that are going to be trying to defend against with Hyde on his own. And then you can start to pressure more into those tier 2 towers beyond that.
Oh, danger, danger. Dreamocell gets away for the moment, kills off Hustler, able to back out of there. So they do kill one. Can they find any more? On the other side of it, KYXY, they turn onto him, get that kill as well, and seeing if they can finish off Dreamocell. This would be a big win if they could at least manage to get one of these kills. He does not have the mana to TP out right now. Maybe he could do something with the tree planting, but it's not going to happen. So they do manage to get at least one for their trouble, but back at home, they end up losing another Hyde, trying to walk away. He is going to be able to back out, but with Spirit Breaker coming, I mean, I don't think he can finish this charge. He's thinking about it. He wants to go.
Do it.
Oh. He wanted to. He really did. But they lose another.
This is some crowded airspace as well in the Radiant, base. Definitely not what we're seeing internationally.
I don't know where they're going for that. Ooh, that's an interesting pickup. The Doom Veil.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just trying to get that. What do I think of that? I mean, I guess a lot of the magic damage that's coming through from this Void Spirit is magical. Basically all of it. So that's one way to potentially deal with this Meepo, trying to burst him down while remaining alive yourself.
Yeah. It just feels very weird to me. Like, the stats on it have been so heavily nerfed from where they were before. Now it's just that mana regen aura, and then the 9 attributes. But I guess it's cheaper as well, so that's another part of it that's nice. We'll have to see. He does have that War Stomp now available if they want to try and go for a defense of this bottom tower.
You can see how much importance they're putting on it as well. Never wanting to give up a tier 1 tower because that's what's going to be able to enable the Meepo to snowball beyond that.
Right.
Got the Doom ready, so FBZ, he's keen to take a team fight as soon as he can.
Still smoked up. They have to know that this is coming. There's no way, and they're going to back out immediately. Like, that's the type of move where you see people heading on in. He wants to eat this creep. He's instead just going to eat one of the ranged ones. Or rather, lane ones. And they won't be able to get the tower.
I think he got the Dark Troll Summoner.
Oh, did he?
Chen. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought he was going to keep the War Stomp, though.
Ice Blast.
Applies the debuff to Makoto, but still going to be able to back up. That's a little bit interesting. I really thought that he would just turn it off and keep the other creep. But I guess opting to get the skeletons and he can clear out waves a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think turning off was probably the better play, but just making sure you got any Chen creep.
Yeah.
Again, the name of the game right now for Boom is slow it down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a blade mail that's coming out for the Void Spirit unless I'm crazy. Or is it something else? Let's see, I'm not sure what. Hold up a second. Nuts. Drew. Chase down. They've got the shards collection. Nuts in some trouble. He gets the Ice Blast off. He's very low, but the Hand of God not enough to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Dreamocell in some trouble. FBZ is there. They just completely eviscerate him. The ulti comes out from the Elder Titan, but this was never going to be enough. A triple kill for KYXY of all people. Chen did so much damage with his creeps in that fight. And, well, now Dreamocell, he's got to be careful as well. They're trying to control, get the False Promise. That's enough to keep him alive. So he's going Battle Fury on Dreamocell? Is that the play?
Guess it's all right against a Meepo. You know, typically the rule with Battle Fury is Illusion Heroes and maybe Meepo, and that's about it. You know, everything else you're better served to do a Maelstrom, just because you're able to have that easier build up into it.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay. Damn.
It kind of weakens the utility though between the Veil of Discord and the Void Spirit. I suppose it's not going all in onto one strategy as well, so then if they build up these BKBs, yeah, Meepo probably isn't going to do it. But the Ember Spirit, for example, it's not quite as impactful against him, and Makoto is dying again.
Yeah, he just gets taken down. So easy. I guess the other part about it that's nice that we didn't really talk about is that in combination with the natural order means that everybody's taking so much magic damage. If you can get a fight where they're kind of all together. But the problem is that's also kind of what Reality Rift want to do with their lineup. They want to group together. They want to try and take big 5-on-5 fights. And maybe you can get enough team fight items by Boom that you're going to, you know, be in position where you can take the fight effectively. But they're going to need that Aghanims on the ET. They're going to need a whole heck of a lot. And right now it is feeling like Reality Rift just have that faster draft.
Yeah, and they've got the mechanism completed. It just needs to travel out to the Chen as well. And you can see how confident they are. They've got 30 seconds until the Hand of God. Look at all this Observer warding. Very, very aggressive on Reality Rift's side.
Kez cute. He just didn't stand a chance. Idis here too, and FBZ, they're trying. They're desperately trying. Dreamocell isn't going to be enough. Doom drop down onto the Ember. That's about the best one he could hope for. A couple stapler punches, and it might be enough. Alacrity coming in. He gets the deny again. Oh my god, the Doom is so sad. He's so sad. Elder Titan is going to get flummoxed trying to jump out of there. Alacrity controlled for the moment, but Dreamocell, he didn't have enough damage. The charge comes through again, because why not? And it feels real bad for Boom right now.
It does. You know, it's great to be able to get these Astral Spirits off onto the Meepo, and he was dealing a ton of damage, about 350 a hit, but look at his items. He doesn't really have anything. He's not even hitting up onto level 10, despite being the mid laner. When you're at a 4-level disadvantage compared to your opposing mid, it's never ideal, and I mean, they're just essentially waiting out the duration of that Astral.
Man, what a sick couple of denies from Reality Rift in these ones. Yeah, I think that it's also just, they've been doing a really good job of like making sure that they're in the right place at the right time, it feels like. Leaving the Nether Shawl behind because they want to try and get this kill onto Kezcute. He has an inkling by virtue of that ward of knowing that this is coming. A nice fast fingers there with Fortune's End to keep himself alive. And they're going to pressure the bottom tower again. I mean, it wasn't like they won the fight spectacularly or anything. It was just like a slight win, but it was nice.
I mean, they need Makoto there to have any chance of winning these team fights, but he needs to farm. He's got a Gauntlets of Strength rather sitting in his backpack. He's going into this style of build, and they're ganking him again.
Uh-oh. Kodo. Oh, the stomps. The triple stomp. Oh my god, KYXY is doing so much, separating the rest of the team from him here. Do they have another round of stomps? 5 seconds away still. The jump forward, finding that Oracle, forced to use the ulti on himself, which means his poor old man, Mr. Dreamocell, is nowhere left to go. Kezcute tries to get away. It is not gonna happen. Hide, another one to be ran down here as Reality Rift have just looked crisp, clean, and ooh, those stomps from KYXY.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to control 3 different heroes, you could see the respect coming through from Hustler, and on top of that, you've got this Meepo that's finished up the E-Blade, now he's level 15, so that physical damage might not even be too much of a factor. You're going to miss 1 time out of 5, and for an Elder Titan who only has 8 seconds of this Astral Spirit buff, that's a pretty big deal.
Totally. God, he needs that Ag so badly, Makoto. It has been a tough series for him.
He just even needs a second bracer, you know, to be able to take some of this magic damage that's coming through onto him. Because he's just dying before he can do anything.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Something, anything. Like, I think that he had a really good laning stage, but it again was one of those situations where these rotations came in from Hustla, and he just completely destroyed his game. Like, he was owning in those early goings. And maybe some of that is the matchup changing as you get more levels on the Ember Spirit or whatever, but definitely a big part of it was Hustla charging in and making things happen.
Yeah.
Tries to pull the creep wave. He's rooted. He's stunned. He's going to be ice blasted and hide. Left with nowhere left to go. Oh, they tried to jump in on the back lines. He's stunned yet again. The triple stun coming through. They almost find Dream of Cell, and in fact, they might still be able to. Hustla's living through all of that. Kescute able to get 1 kill. He's going to pay for that one. Drew is pissed. That's his Spirit Breaker, but they will finally back out as he was low on mana. The Doom did already buy back. Oh no, FBZ.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they retreat. Damn.
So, yeah. Wasted buyback once more. They're continuing to go and still got this double damage up. And finally gets dispelled with the Oracle Q. Taken away one of these trio of centaurs.
I mean, take whatever you can out of there. KYXY. It looks like he's been playing some of this offlane Chen. It's looked really pretty.
Top tower is under attack.
Very, very pretty. 9,000 gold lead. Almost 20 minutes in. They hold both outposts. The ping comes from Hyde. They want to take this one out and at least get some amount of XP going their way. Now, we talked a lot about the danger of the game going later against Boom's lineup if they can get to that later stage. Like, is there any hope right now that they can, like, stall out this game at all?
Oh man, it's entirely reliant on Makoto getting something out of this map, really.
Yeah.
Just need to finish up some form of teamfight presence. He needs to get that Ag Scepter, but at that point, I think their base will be in ruins.
It's tough. Man. He's doing what he can. The good old Quelling Blade Iron Talon. Just hoping for something to get the farm up. I mean, the best way to get the farm up, though, really, is going to be to try and win these fights, and they're going to have an opportunity to take that fight very shortly. Fortunately, it is an Aegis on the Meepo.
With a heart, and an E-Blade, and a Chen with mech and Hand of God.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Well.
And Hustler essentially frontlining everything.
Yes. They're fine and dandy right now. Stomp. Connects there onto some creeps, onto some Meepo. And he does not really care even a little bit. Hustler's ready to charge in if they need to. Rooted. Turn. Stomp. Onto 2. Ice Blast coming in afterwards. That man is in a hell of a lot of trouble. That's a dieback for FBZ. They stomp to the ground. The poor old Tusk, who buys back immediately. They have another root off to the side there. There just isn't a follow-up. No damage right now from Dream of Cell at all. He can't even cast his abilities. There is nothing to do as they find another one. Drew goes in hard, gets another kill. They taunt one Meepo, but Alacrity does not care even a little bit. And
that's the thing for Makoto. It sucks so much because he got some great... he's hit so deep.
He just ran in and punched him to death. The rest of his team was like, what am I supposed to do about this?
Yeah, I mean, in these team fights, Makoto's had 700 damage. Like, he's gotten off some great Astral Spirits, but if you can't actually go in and safely do any damage, what's it mean?
It means GG. As the Void Spirit buys back, there is not a whole heck of a lot. The double null tally treads into Battle Fury, and this is the problem, is that when you get a Meepo off to this type of a start, you have Chen that's been running wild. Reality Rift know what they need to do to win the game. It's close out, objective-based gaming, and they did it beautifully. Very impressive showing from Reality Rift as they are going to 2-0 Boom Esports. Man, damn, I thought we were going to have a more competitive day, but just a stompy 2-0.
So did I. And Reality Rift really showing up and saying that, look, we're a force to be reckoned with here. I think Boom were probably penciling this one in as at least a 2-1 loss for themselves if they were to lose. But to lose in the fashion that they have would have to be checking themselves and having to ask some internal questions about how they could let a Meepo through in that situation.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, granted, it was the 8th pick, which is not normally where you see that type of hero get taken, but you kind of got to be prepped for it, and it was really, really hard to deal with. So nice play from Reality Rift as they're going to 2-0 Boom Esports. That does mean that our schedule is probably going to be pushed up quite significantly because it's only been like an hour and 50 minutes. But we are going to be switching over next to another match that I think people are going to be excited about. Fnatic versus T1. Quick little appetizer. How are you feeling about that matchup? Anything real quickly that just pops into your head when you hear me say that?
Just so who's playing on T1 now? So they've got Miracle and Paulison, I believe, have joined them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be interested in seeing how that one gels together. They've gone through a lot of different iterations with various different players. Black wrote that blog post pretty recently, just detailing a bit of his time with the organization. There have been times really early on into T1 where they were playing with an Aussie player. It just doesn't seem like they've found their groove, even though they've got some great individual skilled players, as we saw in this one. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to come together as a team, but Fnatic, what better team to try and prove yourselves against?
Absolutely. They're one of the best in the biz, and we'll see if they have what it takes to take down T1. Are we going to have just a day of 2-0s, or will we see some shakeups? We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on with the BTS Pro Series right after this. I will keep you updated as to what is happening with these matches and when they're going to continue. So far, we've been running on a rolling schedule. So even though it's going to say the match is supposed to start about an hour and 20 minutes from now, that is not likely the case. We're probably going to be starting in a little bit. So just stay tuned, sit back, maybe get yourself something to eat or drink, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.